Today on Studio G, the latest on tuition increase.
Shelly Salvido talks about Nevada's possible plan of taxing medical marijuana.
And later, we'll be joined with TEDx UNLV members Michael Grema and Andrea Gigline.
All that and more, Studio G starts right now.
Welcome to another edition of Studio G. I'm Tristan Balagtas.
And I'm Kyle King.
A building collapsed due to a massive explosion today in Manhattan's East Harlem. More than a dozen people are injured, many are missing, and at least 2 have been killed. The cause of the explosion is currently unknown.
During the second day of the Board of Regents meeting held this past weekend, many topics were covered. However, the most controversial was that of the tuition increase expected to happen over the next 4 years. The proposal the Tuition and Fees Committee gave to the Regents was a 4% increase per year, a 17% compound increase. Over a dozen students showed up during public comment and opposition.
You know, you hear a different story from different people because at the end of the day, I suppose they're just trying to sell a tuition increase. But for students who have had their tuition double since 2005 and have seen no measurable improvement in the quality of education or student services on this campus, I think it's very hard to ask them now, after they've come to UNLV and planned for their future at what it costs to go here, to now endure a 4% increase per year until they leave, essentially.
Although no outcome was to be had on Friday, the vote is expected to be held in June of this year. Civiola and the Nevada Student Alliance are working to formally pass a proposal to move that vote to April when school is still in session and students are still available.
And I think it's important, if you're going to raise tuition on students, you should do it to their face. Let them come, let them talk about it, let them have, their say and be heard so that, whatever happens, they were part of that discussion. And I think having it in June is a mistake.
CSUN conducted a student poll and received 812 responses. 77% of those students do not support the 17% tuition increase. Many students responded by saying the increase would cause major concerns, financial hardships, or would prevent graduation.
In the first accounting of the recreational pot industry, Colorado officials have said that their state made roughly $2 million through marijuana in taxes in January, making it the first month of commercial sales there. The first $40 million of the tax has gone to school construction in Colorado. Taking another step of taxing medical marijuana, the Nevada Tax Commission outlined ways the state plans to collect taxes through medical marijuana sales on Monday. The regulations approved require medical marijuana establishment owners to file and pay taxes by the last day of the month of each sale. In 2013, the legislature approved a 2% excise tax on all stages of sales, including cultivation facilities and dispensaries. Patients will pay 2% plus the standard sales tax, which in Clark County is 8.1%. 75% of the taxable proceeds will go towards Nevada schools, and the remaining 25% will go to our state's Health and Human Services Department for administrative costs. If you would like to learn more about medical marijuana sales and distribution in Clark County, County Commissioner Lawrence Weekly is hosting a town hall meeting at 6 p.m. today. It will be at the Commission Chambers at the Clark County Government Center.
Tuesday night, the Lady Rebels faced off against Fresno State in the quarterfinals match at the Mountain West Conference Championships. With the media access pass for the event, I was able to witness a game that the Lady Rebels gave their all in. Here at the Mountain West Conference Championships, the Lady Rebels gave it their all, but came up short. One big struggle for the Lady Rebels was number 33, Taylor Thompson. She would not stop hitting those threes. Another struggle that the Lady Rebels had all night were turnovers. That led Fresno State to have more possession opportunities to score more points and take the victory.
They obviously got off to a rough start. Unfortunately, got too far behind, but they played really well after that. And I thought especially Rhoda, when she came in, did a good job on their the big lady from Australia that Fresno State had. And Fresno State's just a great team. They played really, really well.
The UNLV Lady Rebels came into the tournament as seventh seed as the underdogs, facing number 2 seed Fresno State, but they did not go down without a fight.
Well, I think we played a great game tonight, Fresno State, and I think the big difference was the fact that we were making all our threes. We had 10 threes. UNLV played great defense. We were fortunate to get those threes in there, and it's a great win. We're looking forward to the next game.
Even though the Lady Rebels are knocked out of the tournament, they still played with strong heart. For Studio G, I'm Kyle King. They did have strong heart in yesterday's game and gave it their all. Stay tuned on Thursday at 2:30 p.m. to catch the men's team facing off against Wyoming. It won't be a game to miss.
I want this place to be a place that they feel safe, and secure, a place where they get inspired. So many times we kind of get complacent in our everyday life, transforming lives in the community from the inside out. I've been in fitness my whole life, but now tying that in now in my spiritual walk, it's been just amazing. Some people may want to run a marathon. Some may want to just get off their asthma inhaler. Exercising and moving our bodies, I think it's, you know, we say if you don't use it, you lose it.
Participation in Greek fraternity and sorority life at UNLV can provide an experience like no other, with benefits including supportive friends, leadership and career opportunities, and community service.
Greek life at UNLV is really great because it's a good way to network and meet new people from all over the place.
We got academics and we're all about that culture. So we encompass everything all around, and we're out here and we're trying to better ourselves and try to make it better, and let's just make it all better all together.
As the weather warms up and the season changes, get prepared for allergy season. Over the past couple of days, high winds have kicked up pollen in the Las Vegas area. And I have the worst allergies. What about you?
Yes, these winds, they absolutely came out of nowhere, and the allergies definitely struck me. Now, could we still expect any winds today?
Yeah, we do have winds, but they won't be as bad as yesterday. So right now, you're looking over the Las Vegas Strip, and it's clear skies. So our wind speeds right now are Mercury is at 15 miles per hour, Nellis 21, Las Vegas 13, and Tonopah 15. And we do have a wind advisory in in California, and a red flag warning due to the Santa Ana winds. And right now we're at 63, sunny with some light winds at 13 miles per hour. Today at 3 p.m. will be 67, and winds will be around 15 to 20. At 6 p.m., 65, and winds 10 to 15. And then at 9 p.m., winds will die down. It'll be only 60 degrees. For Mount Charleston, the high will be 45. The low will be 26, winds 14 to 17. Lake Mead will have a high of 71, a low of 53, with winds 13 to 17 miles per hour. So we do have a high pollen advisory, so that should continue into Saturday. And for our current weather, we have Tonopah 49, Reno 49, Winnemucca 48, Elko at 47, and Flagstaff at a sunny 43. For the rest of our week, we can expect it to be breezy, and on Saturday we'll be in the high 70s. Sunday will dip down, and then on Tuesday and Wednesday will be breezy and back in the high 70s. That's all the weather I have for you today. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I'm Christian FGY.
Kaylin Hype.
And I'm Jay Luna.
And we're Ill Vibe here.
It's an underground hip-hop show here at UNLV,
where we focus on making the hip-hop culture in the Las Vegas Valley more prevalent and just making people more aware of up-and-coming underground hip-hop artists.
Basically, we play what we like. It's really as simple as that. Most of the stuff we like are our hits, so it's both.
On KUNV HD2, Las Vegas.
Only place where you're going to hear these stories. The stories that count that Combox Radio refuses to cover. My show is The King Louie Show. So, no one really wants to hear about the last bombing that happened in Baghdad. So we do the stories that matter, like K-Rev having a seizure at mid-court, or fast-paced show with lots of fast-paced music, especially punk rock, and stories that hit hard. King Louie here, host of The King Louie Show on the Rebel HD2, and I am here every Friday noon to 2.
Welcome back from the break. The use of vaping and e-cigarettes is growing in the Las Vegas community. Reporter Troy Fosgate has more.
Vaping or e-cigarettes is rising within the Las Vegas community.
E-cigarette and vaping is practically a device that's helping somebody to stop smoking cigarettes. What it is just like it's practically a mechanical use regardless of what it is. It leads from a battery to a tank to a mouthpiece, and that's it. You also have your e-juice. That's practically what people use to quit smoking. Different juices have different nicotine levels. With zero, there's no nicotine content whatsoever, but you have 6 and stuff like that, but a bottle of 6 nicotine isn't anywhere close to a pack of cigarettes or even a few cigarettes. It breaks out evenly throughout like a person vaping the bottle of juice itself.
The transition from cigarettes to e-cigarettes is not easy, but it's a testament to any smoker who seeks a better life.
The biggest step is just practically saying that you are addicted to cigarettes or just making the first step into the store. Once you make your step into the store, it's kind of like you have the mindset of trying to stop. A lot of people won't stop because they're used to cigarettes, or they think that nothing can really help them. But if they, have one in their hand and then they have the mindset of like trying to stop it, then they most likely will.
Ellen Fu's mother was against vaping at first until she saw the bigger picture.
She was really against vaping because she thought it was just a gimmick. But if you have a mindset to get in and like start vaping, and know that you could look to your vape instead of a pack of cigarettes, then it will help. But trying to convince them can be hard, but once you do it, then it's a lot better, and it'll help them out too.
For Studio G, I'm Troy Fosgate.
If you want to know more about vapes or Yossi Vapor Boutique, go to yossivapes.com.
The president has probably made some environmentalists happy with the signing of a new declaration. Reporter Valerie Mercenier has the story.
Yesterday was a big day for California because President Obama signed a declaration protecting 1,600 acres of California coast as a national monument.
Today, I'm taking an important step by designating the Point Arena, Stornetta public lands as a national monument.
The 1,600 acres along the Mendocino County coast are made of beach, river, and forest lands.
We are talking about over 1,600 acres of incredible coastline in California that reflects the incredible diversity of flora and fauna.
The president said many were taken into consideration before making a final decision on the matter.
One of the great things about the way we've done our national monument designations is that we've made sure that all the stakeholders are involved throughout this process. We talk to local communities, we talk to local business interests, we talk to Native American tribes. We make sure that anybody who may have some impact, their voice is heard. And unanimously in this part of the country, people believe that this is the right thing to do.
The new Point Arena Stornetta unit will be a part of the California Coastal National Monument that President Bill Clinton established in 2000.
There we go. Congratulations.
For Studio G, I'm Valerie Mercenier.
The administration is also considering protection for 500,000 acres in east central Idaho, known as the Boulder White Clouds.
Your community's farmers market. Welcoming, lively, friendly. A place where neighbors and friends come together to celebrate their community. With over 50 vendors, organic, sustainable, fresh produce are available just for you. Support and buy local at Fresh 52.
We're Combox Radio, and we talk about anything from relationships, friendships, family, and school.
Yeah,
anything like that.
We know our shows is from the 3 to 4 o'clock hour. We want to take that hour to just kind of let everyone unwind and just
take a break with us.
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Crystal Magorza, and my show is called Combox Radio with Crystal May. We are on Thursdays from 3 to 4 p.m.
You may have heard of TED Talks, a nonprofit organization that invites speakers all over the world to share ideas. Well, our UNLV is having its first TEDx event this April. Fabiola Marzano has the story and the interview right after.
For years, thinkers and doers from all over the world share their ideas and stories to inspire and motivate others. Today, this same activity is called TEDx.
Went to one about a month ago, and it was an incredible experience. I recommend to everybody they should go. It's good for your soul.
TED, the event, brings great minds together. It began with the focus on technology, entertainment, and design, but now it covers multitude topics in more than 100 languages. Las Vegas will no longer need to engage online to take part of the event. TEDx series is now coming to UNLV.
I've always been a huge fan of TED and what they do. To me, I could just go home anytime and watch one of their videos and just sort of be totally inspired.
16 speakers, 2 internationals, and 5 alumni will be part of UNLV's first TEDx experience on April 11th.
The great thing about TEDx is it brings together speakers, and we can show the world that we are doing things here that will influence the world.
Flipping the Switch is an all-day event with broad topics ranging from business to science to global warming.
It's about community connection, and that's what TED is about, is connecting everybody.
For Studio G,
welcome. My name is Fabiola, and I'm here with Andrea Gigeline. She's the speaker selection, and Michael Grandma, who is the
TEDx organizer.
TEDx organizer. Thank you for being here.
You're very welcome.
So Michael, tell me, why TEDx at UNLV?
Well, part of bringing it to the university, it all really started as an idea where Carissa Dold and Kim St. Augustine and I wanted to bring something to the university to put the university on the same kind of stage with some of the Stanfords, with Duke University, with all the other universities on a unique platform, and that platform is with TEDx, with the registered license that they give us the opportunity to have for university.
Now, Andrea, tell us a little bit about the speakers. I know you selected how
well we had an incredible selection of 40 people, applicants, and it was a very complex system. One of our student committee members, Shani, she actually created a matrix that we went through the applications, the videos they submitted, and then came together as a team of 5. And every one of us had spent about an hour to an hour and a half reviewing each one of the 40, if you can imagine, just do all that multiplication, to come down to how do we make the theme flipping the switch and the sub-themes of ignite, imagine, illuminate, come to life with what these speakers have to offer.
And what are the speakers? Tell me a little bit, just briefly, about the speakers that we're expecting for April 11th.
Well, we have an array that goes across the country and around the world. Speaking specifically what we cared about with UNLV, we wanted to see who were the best and the brightest of the professors, of the students, who was going to apply. And in each one, what is going to make it seem like we're flipping the switch on the field and making UNLV? So you've got Professor Bo Barnhart, who is the leading expert in the field of the industry of gaming, casino gaming, and he's going to be speaking about what does it mean for Las Vegas going forward. You have professors such as Dr. Courtney Warren, who is in the psychology department, who is taking her experience in the classroom here, where she's a tenured professor, and saying what will be the next thing to push our students forward.
So we have speakers that are graduates from UNLV. We have 2 coming from different internationals.
Absolutely.
And everything seems like it's getting prepped. But Michael, tell me behind the scenes, how was the preparation like?
Behind the scenes, it's a lot of work. We've had a lot of meetings. Now we're down to weekly meetings for marketing, for production, for our core meetings. On Thursday nights, we all come together to Andrea's house and go over everything to kind of like finalize and recap everything that we were putting together. A unique thing is that the university's put together a faculty oversight committee to help us along the way to making the event happen and creating a successful event for the university for us to take the stage.
Great. Now, for example, for those students who want to get involved, maybe be a member or buy those tickets, where do we find out?
Our website, TEDxUNLV.com. If you guys look up, there's a Get Involved tab. We have things called TEDx Adventures that even people within the community or just students that want to get involved with something that we're putting on. We have one coming up this Friday. It's a downtown tour and also a Zappos tour. And then as far as like applying to be on our team, we have an online application. It's pretty simple, just to kind of streamline everything and to get bios and pictures from the students to be a part of the experience and to be a part of our team to get experience with even working with the resources that are offered to TEDx organizations.
Great. Now, shortly, in maybe one sentence or 2, tell me how is this going to benefit the students and the professors and anybody who is here in Las Vegas? Tell me what TEDx is really going to help out.
Andrea, I'll let you take it.
Go first.
I would say that it came out of the mouth of one of your most recent honors graduates, Carissa. And what she said was, it is not what you think it is. UNLV is not what you think it is. We want to bring forward the best and the brightest and have you really think about who the students are here, what's available in a totally different light.
Michael?
I would have to agree. I mean, Carissa, Kim, and I have all been part of this to represent and to showcase like the great, phenomenal things that are happening here locally within the university and within the community, because it's about building bridges with different people and building bridges with even students on the campus to make everything come alive in what we're putting forward.
Great. So it's all about community, bringing everybody together, shining, inspiring others. So we can't wait till April 11th. That's all I have, and thank you for you two for being here. We appreciate it. And after this, we'll be right back. Thank you.
Joining a student organization can enhance and redefine the UNLV college experience. UNLV has over 200 registered student organizations on campus and in the Las Vegas community, encompassing a variety of interests, activities, and beliefs among the student body. To explore, access, and join a student organization, visit the Involvement Center website under my.unlv.edu. Be a rebel. Get involved.
The Miles Low Midweek Show. I specialize in underground local hip-hop music as well as your top hits. In the first hour, we play your top hits. Second hour, other local legends that you guys may have never heard of. But I want my listeners to realize that there's more good music than what you hear on the radio. Just diversify your ears a little bit. I love it with all my heart. It's your boy Miles Low from the Miles Low Midweek Show. You can check my show out from the rebelhd2.com.
We can expect stronger earthquakes to shake up the West Coast. A 6.9 magnitude earthquake rattled the coast of Northern California and parts of Oregon Sunday night. A series of aftershocks followed. People can expect to feel these shocks for up to 4 weeks. Geology professor at Humboldt State University, Lori Dangler, says this is a reminder to prepare.
We were lucky. We were very, very lucky. I like to say we dodged the bullet. This was another Gorda Plate earthquake. Gorda Plate earthquakes involve horizontal motion. They don't produce the vertical up-down motion that produces a tsunami. And basically, it's nature trying to readjust the newfound configuration when one part of the rock has moved relative to the other. One of these days, we will have another stronger earthquake closer to the coast that will cause considerable damage.
In case an earthquake occurs, Dangler says people should drop, cover, and hold on. Also, you should have a plan in place in case the next big quake hits. To learn more about earthquakes and safety precautions, visit fema.gov/earthquake.
A lot of things can go wrong during a performance, but for these group of girls, their musical was cut short by a shocking turn of events. The all-girls school of Rosary High were performing their annual musical Red and Gold when the stage suddenly collapsed. About 30 people were transported to the hospital with minor injuries. The incident left friends and family members of the students in complete shock. More than 600 people were in the auditorium at the time of the incident.
Already at the end of the show, they were getting ready to judge the contestants, and everything just came to a screeching halt. It seems to be okay, other than the ankle is broken, but I gotta go chase her right now. We'll go to the hospital right now.
There were well over 200 students on the stage when it collapsed.
According to the authorities, the incident was caused by the large amount of students on stage. Inspectors plan to double-check the stage permit to determine if it's up to date and whether it included a weight restriction or a limit on the number of people allowed on stage. The school reconstructed in the early 80s, and it was the add-on that ultimately collapsed during the show. The investigation is expected to take 2 weeks to complete. More than 100 students, staff, and family members from the high school gathered on Sunday to pray and show support for those injured in the accident.
You know what? I cannot wait for the weather, the winds to die down.
Yes, these winds are really hitting me. I got struck by the allergies.
Me too.
It's affecting my performance in the gym. It's making me feel miserable.
Me too. I'm so tired.
Oh, I'm tired too. I'm not a happy camper right now.
Me either. And I think my kids have allergies too. I'm so sad for them.
Oh, I hope they get better.
Me too.
Yeah, these winds just need to go away.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's all the news that we have for you today on Studio G. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kyle King.
And I'm Tristan Balagtas. Tune in tomorrow for more Studio G. Have a great day, Las Vegas.